Alright, so as I mentioned before, today we're going to be trying to figure out whether or not the lottery is a profitable investment, right? So first thing I think is going over what the lottery is, right? I'm sure most of us see it as winning the jackpot, a lot of money. But originally, the states had adopted lotteries to provide additional state funds to pay for and improve education. So for every lottery ticket purchased, a portion of the sale would go towards the state's education budget, while the remainder obviously went for the jackpot, which is what most people hope to win, right? So usually hundreds, thousands, even 10,000s of lottery tickets are sold every day across any given state, not only California, obviously creating that jackpot. Sometimes we could see that there's millions. People go crazy, right? Trying to buy lottery tickets. So, obviously, as I stated here, the larger the jackpot, the more people are tempted to play, right? Because the more you see that you can win, I mean, the last thing you should lose is hope. But again, the odds of us winning, which we will figure out today, are not very high. And so we keep buying tickets, adding to this jackpot that we unfortunately probably will never win. So again, so what's the catch, right? We see that this is that the lottery gives us a chance to win a lot of money, and hey, if we don't win, a lot of it goes to education. Well, lotteries do ideally provide extra money to improve education, but many have actually cited shortcomings of the lottery because the lottery displaces wealth regressively. So in other words, the poor and working class citizens are particularly attracted to the lottery because they hope of winning huge sums of money, right? Unfortunately, us lower income people don't make a lot of money. So if we see this chance of winning a lot of money, I mean, you hope and you buy tickets to hopefully win it. So then, again, they hope to win these huge sums of money to change their lives and climb the economic ladder. So they are the citizens who buy more tickets than anybody else, right? On average, they buy more tickets than their richer citizens. But the chances of winning, as I've stated, are extremely small. So the money which is put into the lottery by these families who can't afford it gets redistributed to families who mostly do not need that financial help. So in general, poor citizens are paying for rich citizens, pretty much, because again, they're the ones investing in the lottery, but the rich people are the ones getting the money. And again, over time, this accentuates the income gap between the poor and the rich, making improvement of socioeconomic status from generation to generation extremely difficult. Again, it's widening that gap. So, in short, what the lottery is actually doing is destroying the American dream by taxing the poor and giving to the rich. So we will use the details of the Fantasy 5 game to investigate the complaint that the lottery is not profitable. It's not a profitable investment, and that it displaces wealth regressively. So we will do a few different calculations to figure out just how beneficial or how not so beneficial the lottery can actually be, especially to us lower income people. So in order to do so again, obviously what we're talking about, can play the lottery very profitable? I wish. Unfortunately, that is not the case. So how do we play? So this is just showing us the Fantasy 5 game. So this is what we're going to be analyzing, right? So how the game works. So players in the Fantasy 5 game, players are able to choose the numbers they want entered into the drawing instead of randomly being assigned numbers. So again, this gives people the choice. They can choose from numbers between 0 and 39. Obviously can't repeat, but this is supposed to ensure that the drawings cannot be fixed, right? So if you're not randomly being given numbers, someone's not randomly winning, quote unquote. If you're choosing your own numbers, you're pretty much guaranteed, right, that the game is not fixed. So then again, so on the how do you play? On the Fantasy 5 card, the player selects 5 numbers between 0 and 39. You can't repeat numbers. And then, so the player pays $1 for every time he or she wishes the chosen numbers to be entered in a drawing. So $1 for every time you wish for your numbers to be entered into a drawing. So then, how to win? So obviously, the 5 numbers are drawn at random, right? And that's what we're going to be calculating. So how you can choose how many different ways you can win, because if we look at our table here, obviously if you match 0 or 1, you don't get a prize. 0 or 1 numbers, you don't get a prize. If you match 2 numbers, you get a free play, so not bad. If you match 3 numbers, you win third. If you match 4 numbers, you win second. And if you match all 5 numbers, obviously you win the grand prize, right? So again, we will be looking at different data, investigating whether or not the lottery is a profitable investment. And if it's not, why not? If it is, which I doubt it will be, but again, we'll figure that all out today.